get it.
Listen, Hot 937, man. Buck and Regg in the morning. Vedo in the building.
Yeah.
Before we hit action, these cats broke out the lip.
Yo, this is why you can't do nothing in front of Buck.
Hey, man.
This is why I knew they was going to do it.
Put us right on Front Street.
My man got an industrial size room. He had to order his own line. Vedo.
Nah, man, listen.
Hold up, now.
I'm R&B, man. I gotta keep my lips moisturized, man.
He put lotion on his hand. Look at his hands.
He said you put motor oil on your hands.
Yeah, you did. You know it. Listen.
This gonna be a good interview.
He got some WD-20 or something.
Yo, you keep playing with me. It stay in the bag. It stay in the bag.
Stop playing, man. Listen.
Vaseline intensive.
Hey, man, listen. I'm young, but I'm old school at the same time. Ain't nothing like that Vaseline.
Ain't nothing like it.
Ain't nothing like it.
Listen, he's just talking because he put it on before we got over here.
In a winter way already.
Hold up, show him the other one. Show him the motor oil.
The good one?
Yeah.
The good one's at home.
Listen, he got one where, how you say, a little dab will do?
Little dab will go a long way.
Long way.
I love it, man.
Man, it's Hot 937. Vedo in here with us, man. How you feel, man?
I'm blessed, man. I'm happy, man. I'm on tour. My first headlining tour. That's going crazy. Every day that's sold out so far. So
everything's
I'm
sold
good.
out.
Yeah, man.
Boston, right? How was that?
Boston was crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Boston was kind of skeptical on my, because I never been. I didn't even know I had fans in Boston. So when I showed up and the line was long, I'm like, this is crazy.
Isn't it crazy when you've been doing it so long in the way this digital world works?
Yeah.
You never know where your fans are at.
You never know, man. That's why it's very imperative for artists, new artists, and artists that have been doing it to get out and touch the fans, because you really never know how. I mean, I had somebody yesterday just told me like a crazy story, man, like about what they went through in life and that my music helped them get through it. I'm like, man, I record it in my home, in my comfort of my own home, and for it to touch somebody to to come up out of that dark place that she was in. I mean, it's just like, man, what more can you ask?
I mean, the album, The Mood Swings.
Yeah, Mood Swings.
I mean, I think you putting that together was kind of therapy for you, because that song has ups and downs, and it kind of took you to places too.
Absolutely, man. I have a segment in my show where I kind of like get intimate with the crowd, and I just let them know that I'm not perfect. No matter what you might see, on TV, on Instagram, or what you see me on, Instagram, all the good stuff, the money, the cars, like I'm not perfect. None of that stuff really matters.
But it gotta feel good. A song that you wrote in the comfort of your home, probably because of something that you went through.
Absolutely,
touched somebody else that across the country you don't even know.
You don't even know, man. And music, that's the one language that we all speak. It doesn't matter where you from.
Universal.
It doesn't matter, how old you are, whatever. That's a universal language, man. And then we all speak that same language.
And a lot of people may not know this. This is not your first album. It's like your sixth. Your sixth album.
Out,
man. You've been doing it for a long time.
A long time, man. A long time. But, hey, listen. Success is one thing, man. But, I'd rather have success that I had to really work for and build versus that overnight success.
With everything you know right now with production and technology, if you can go back and grab a song from one of your first albums and do it over, do you have an idea what song it would be and how you would change it?
Oh, man. You know what? Nah.
You would keep.
I would keep it the same.
You don't have a song that you said, you know what? On my second album, I don't think they appreciated it the way they should, and I should put it back out now because
it is. You know what? It's I mean, honestly, I wouldn't change it, but now that you put it that way, you put it that way, I would go back to 93.
93?
Yeah, I got some songs, and I got a song on it called Deuce and Patron.
This world right now knows you.
That this world
don't know. They don't
really
that
know
world.
about.
Right.
Like it's records. Go back and listen to 93, man. It's R&B records are gems on that album. Like crazy.
And it's crazy because some of those fans showed up last night.
Absolutely. They knew every
Isn't
song.
That crazy?
Every song, man. These people like, I was watching you when you way before The Voice. I'm like, what? So you was one of those 30 people that was watching my videos when I was only getting 30 views. They was in the building.
Do you remember those days when you was only getting 30?
Yeah, man.
And look what it is right now. Was that frustrating when you had just that 30, or you said, nah, I'm gonna get 40, I'm gonna get 500, I'm gonna keep moving?
I mean, at first it was frustrating, but I think that I loved it so much. I did it for free. I was like, hey, why not? It was therapy for me to sing and do videos and make music. It was therapy, so I really didn't care too much. But then I was like, damn, I know I'm doing. What am I doing wrong? This person over here getting all these views and I'm not getting these views, man. I know I look good, I sound good.
You got it.
I got it. But it's like it's just timing.
Everything is timing.
Everything
and
is
patience.
timing. Patience.
And never giving up.
And that's what it was, man. I had to be patient because if God would have gave me, 30 million views when I wasn't ready for it, I wouldn't know how to act.
I wouldn't know how to handle it.
Yeah.
And you can't forget the 30 people. I mean,
yeah,
you got to carry those with you forever because that's kind of what's going to keep you grounded.
That's 100%, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's
I
the
remember
humbling.
when it was only 30.
That's the humbling aspect of it. A lot of people never had that. A lot of people never experienced that stage of actually building a grassroots fan base.
Right.
Mm-hmm. People don't use that term no more. Grassroots is getting out there. What I used to do
now is going viral.
Right. That's the grassroots for them. For me, grassroots was taking a microphone and a portable speaker, Piedmont Park. I used to do this and go see a family sitting over here and say, "Hey, can I sing y'all some songs?"
Did you do that? You did that?
I did that.
Did you do it on Sundays?
I did it on Sundays, Mondays,
that's
Tuesdays,
when Piedmont Park be popping.
Thursdays. I did it every day of the week. And those people are still with me to this day. That's the meaning of building a grassroots fan base because these people didn't ask for me to come over here and sing to them, but I did, and that was the highlight of that day. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I mean by building a grassroots fan base.
Some of you people got famous on TikTok. Ain't
Come
never
on,
been
man.
in front of a crowd.
Nah,
Don't know how to come in here and do an interview. I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
You get a hit and you get 1 million views overnight. That ain't fair.
Nah, you got to put that work in.
You got to
'cause
put
you don't
that
know how
work
to
in
handle it.
grassroots.
Absolutely.
But you know
Work
what?
in.
What you saying that this your 6th album.
Yeah.
So that means when it did happen for you, what was that? 20. When did you do You Got It?
That was 2020.
2020, right?
Yeah, 2020.
So when that happened for you, now it's like you're a veteran in the game.
Yeah,
So when you
yeah.
have to sit down with people like us, you know how to talk, and you got something
Absolutely.
to talk about. A lot of overnight people, you talk to them,
Yeah,
they don't really got a lot to say.
They ain't got the history. They ain't got the
exactly because it happened so fast.
It happened so fast.
You know,
and
so it's good.
Yeah, well, you got it, man. When it happened, right? It just kind of like I would say it blew up overnight, but the record was a year old.
It was old. It was old to you.
It was old to me. So I'm like, I'm moving on to something else at this point. I'm trying to make something new. And when it happened overnight, I was like, oh, I think this might be it.
It's my catch.
This might be the one. So at this point, I'm like, all right, let's start gearing up for it. Me and my manager, we like, all right. And next thing you know, bro, that thing just through the roof. I never forget. I was on a flight on Wi-Fi. I'm just now in being independent, you can see all your numbers. You can log in and see everything. You sign to a major label, boy, you got to go through this guy, that guy, this person, this person. So I'm looking at it, I'm like, yo, man, I hit my manager like, yo, you see these numbers? It went from a spike of 1,000 to 15,000 to 60,000 to 200,000, all the way to getting over 1 million streams a day.
It's crazy.
Consecutively.
That's crazy.
Every day, over 1 million streams.
Wow.
And then the song did so well, it hit stations like this.
Yeah.
Like rhythmic stations.
Yeah, man.
Jumped
It
on.
went pop. That's the definition of a song going pop.
When it does that,
Yeah.
And we played the record. I think it was in power rotation for. We played it a lot, and I'm like, because I didn't know you. I said,
Yeah.
Reg, he got one hit. He ain't coming back.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to say nothing.
This record is too good. This
I
record
wasn't
is
going
too
to say
good.
nothing.
Yeah.
When he told me
too
he was
good.
coming,
Yeah.
I said, you know what? I should tell him what he said.
I love it.
Because I've seen it happen a million
Yeah,
times.
absolutely.
But then
bro.
I was watching the videos, and a couple of girls I know, they said, the Vedo album is hot, Buck.
Yeah.
I said, is it hot? He said, no, it's hot, Buck. And so
Yeah.
I went back, I said, yeah,
And
all right.
So
he
what's
came back in and he was like, remember Vedo? I said, the one you said was done? He was like, yeah. He's like,
He back.
Hey,
fire.
Reg, you ain't believe in me, man. Hey, you ain't believe in me, Buck. Come on, Buck.
Now that he brought it, I'm going to tell you, he was like, oh, he's done.
Nah, I
something?
think. You know what I
Yeah.
think, man? I love because I've heard that a minute. Like, oh, is he gonna get another hit? But you know what though, man? Everybody that has had a hit, it's always nobody ever sees the work in between the hits.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Not to mention I'm a songwriter as well, so I look at a hit like all the songs that I've written for people.
Chris
Would
Brown.
only be hits.
Chris Brown.
They're my hits. So
Usher.
it might not be a hit on me as an artist, but it's like
I mean,
all right,
you wrote it.
give it time. Like You Got It is here. Okay, Do You Mind is gonna be a hit.
Yeah.
The next record, it might be 10 more records in between, but the 11th record gonna be a
Gonna
hit.
be a hit.
It's a patience game,
Yeah.
It's
And
a talent
and
game
I've
too,
built
man.
it is. It's definitely a talent game, but I feel like I built a fan base that's gonna rock with me regardless.
Tell me about your penmanship, man. People, they know you in front of that microphone.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know the things that you've written down for people, like, you know, the Chris Brown record. That record's hard.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate
hard.
it. Yo,
I wish they would have made a single on that record.
Which one?
Warm Embrace.
Warm Embrace.
It actually was.
Did it make a single?
It was a single. Yep, it was a single. It's actually doing well. It's doing well. And that's one of the records I wanted to keep, though.
Is it?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. I wanted to keep that.
It was
record.
hard to give up.
It was hard, but I mean, it was a record. It was a sample that I felt like, I needed it on somebody that could actually take it to where it needed to be.
Yeah.
Because, I wrote that one. I can write another one. I felt that way. Yeah.
You know what? There's a lot of people who say it's good to have that confidence. But I know people who's like, one dude, he had a hot record and he was like, I was like, yo, that's a hit. He was like, man, I could write 1 million of those.
Yeah.
I ain't heard from dudes. So, so that's not always true. But you've written and had success on your own too.
Yeah, I've done it time and time again. So even though I'm like, it's a lot of records I've given away, I'm like, all right, man, I love that record. But it just wasn't for me. Yeah. I mean, that's just how I feel. It wasn't for me. You Got It was for me.
That was for you.
That was for me.
So you ever write a song and it go crazy, you be like, damn, I should have kept that one.
Not at all. Because if I felt, even when I say Warm Embrace, I love that record, I should have kept it. I really wasn't in love with it like that. But he was in love with it more than I was in love with it.
Okay.
So I was like, I bet.
Now, if I search the internet hard enough, will I find a version of that song with you singing?
I got the version right now. I got the whole version right now. But no, I just feel like, certain records, if I don't do the record, go to sleep and wake up thinking about it, we'll put that over in the pile. Explain
the process, like when you write a song like that and you sing the vocals and you sit down with Chris Brown and say, okay, I need you to do it this way.
Right.
This is how I want you to hit this note and come back here. Is that how it works?
Yeah, that's how it is. Yeah.
And he says, okay, maybe I want to change this way. And do you work together?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and that's what I have to say, man. A lot of people look at these artists, these big artists, like, oh, they're hard to work with. No. These artists are students of the game. Still to this day. And I say that
the biggest artist.
The biggest artist. Like, I gotta be honest with you. When I did Don't Waste My Time for Usher, it was like 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm at home, sleep. I was out with the homies, drinking. I'm drunk, everything. 1 o'clock in the morning, Usher, everybody hit my manager, was like, yo, we need Vedo to come down to the studio. Usher want him to vocal produce him on a record. I woke up, I'm like, huh? Vocal produce? That's Usher. What? He don't need me.
Yeah, you wouldn't think he needed that.
I'd be like, yo, man, that's Usher, man. So I get up. I'm like, man, I go down there. And as amazing as he is, the person that wrote the song knows exactly how the song should feel. And when I went in there, I was like, the way he was singing it, it was totally off like to the left. I was like, nah, we can't, nah.
So you had to.
I had to like, and it was so crazy because you would understand. He was like, you see somebody like him, like, how you gonna tell me what to do?
I'm Usher.
He was like, nah, how should I sing this? What should I do? And I'm like, well, I think you should,
Was you nervous at
I was
first?
nervous a little bit. I was like, I think you should, like, just kind of like soften it up a little bit. He's like, okay. My mind was just. I'm like, yeah, like that.
Like that.
Because at first it was my mind. I'm like, nah, that's not it. Come down a little bit. And for him to take that and actually do it,
that's amazing.
I was like, wow, I'm vocal producing Usher. That's crazy.
You had to come and add your little sauce. They got some sauce on that.
I was like, damn, that's dope.
Let me put the Vedo sauce.
And that's what I mean by those. These are students of the game from here and on, and that's why they're legendary. Because they never stop learning.
They want to win.
Yeah.
Is that how the relationship started? Were you Usher from The Voice?
Yeah, it was from The Voice. Yep, from The Voice.
Season,
that was season 4. Yeah, season 4, 2013.
How did you get on there?
Man, my manager talked me into it. I hated it.
You didn't want to do it?
I didn't want to do it, man. I just, I hate making.
Tell me your reason you didn't want to do voice, and I'm gonna tell you a reason why I think The Voice ain't really that great for artists.
I just hate competition shows. I just hate making this thing a competition. I think that now I think we're getting back to the point of being collaborative, a collaborative group, because these competition shows actually divide and draw artists apart. Because you think about it, I didn't win the show, but luckily I already had my foundation and my own 2 feet to stand on. Yeah. Somebody that didn't have that would completely give music up.
Okay. Now, who won that show?
Oh, shit, I don't even remember, bro.
That's my point.
Yeah.
I think The Voice is more so for the judges than it is the artists.
Absolutely.
The judges are the ones who get all. It's all about the judges. It's not
they
like
tune
American
in. They
Idol
tune in
for the judges
to watch their favorite artists judge up and coming artists.
And I don't know anybody
from
The Voice who won.
Nobody.
And we out here talking about them like that.
You know, honestly, to be, you know, and much love to The Voice. I got to say thank you because they gave me a platform that I didn't have at first. But The Voice has not created a star. They haven't yet.
The first band when it was in Connecticut, was that Javier?
Yeah, I think
the first one. That's my guy Javier.
Yeah. But that's because we knew him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But after like American Idol, you got Fantasia, you got
Kelly Clarkson, even Ruben Studdard.
Yeah. You got Jennifer Hudson. They all came from there.
Exactly. And mind you, these different the judges on American Idol, everybody wasn't like a musician. This was like different people who did this over here.
Yeah.
They did this, so it was more so
content people. Yeah.
Exactly. So
I
feel like
about the artists.
Exactly. But don't get me wrong, man. The Voice is an amazing show for people to get their voice out there, their name and their face seen. Yeah. But I would truly recommend people just honing in on your craft. The Voice reached out to me because of covers. That was because of covers.
The covers you were doing.
I actually didn't even make it past the auditions.
Oh, wow.
They sent me home.
So how'd you get back?
They called me.
When they
called me back. They was like, yeah, we need him on the show.
We made a mistake.
Yeah. They gave me some song like, yo, do you have any, we want you to sing some, I don't even know that artist. I can't sing that.
Because it's songs that they only cleared to use.
Yeah,
right?
They only cleared to use. I can't sing that. I'm going to bring you some Stevie Wonder, bring you some Usher. I'm going to bring you a little bit of Trey songs. I'm going to bring you what I listen to. I'm not coming in there singing no Billy Ray Cyrus.
How old are you, man?
30.
You're 30, right?
Yeah.
Man, how you discover the Temptations, man?
Man, listen.
How'd you grow up listening to the Temptations,
I never
man?
forget. It came on TV one time.
The
movie. You know, on TV, they chopped down.
You was like 10 years old.
Yeah, I was young. They chop it down on TV because it's 2 parts.
Yeah.
So I'm watching it and I'm like, man, I like who is this group? I never even knew the group. But I said, Mom, I want who is this group? She said, baby, that's the Temptations.
Your mom knew. Your mom was ready to give you information too.
I said, Mom, I want to watch this movie. She went and bought me the movie, bro. I watched that movie over 1,000 times. Over 1,000 times.
And you became a fan of the Temptations.
I became a fan of the Temptations. The real Temptations.
You ever been in a group?
Temptations.
Yeah.
You was in a group before?
Nah, I did a couple groups in high school, but it wasn't for me. Yeah.
What did you take out of the What did you see in the Temptations?
Oh, man.
I think you studied them after that. I think
Absolutely.
You studied everything they did.
I studied hardship. I studied ups and downs. You know, the Temptations lost members, found new members, but they never lost sight of the end goal, and that was to stay together. Like, regardless of the members they lost, Temptations remained the Temptations. The group, cause some groups break up, man, and it just be that.
Yeah.
And it'd be like you got one group, one person going on tour.
Yeah.
And I'm here from the Temptations. No, the Temptations remained the Temptations. And once the founding members started to like die off, that was more so like, all right, that's the last ride. And then they left it at that. I love the fact that we seen them go through ups and downs, hardships, drug addiction, everything.
Yeah, everything back then.
Everything back in the day. And they stuck to it. I love that.
It's good to see a young person like you like really understanding that type of music and what they went through, running through that chitlin circuit and everything they had to do and still staying together.
And that's that real artist development. That's that real like no guidance. You talking about kids, you know, that had nothing and just blew up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're gonna fight.
They're gonna
argue with each other. But at the end of the day, it's the Temptations.
It's the Temptations.
That's like family.
Absolutely, man.
Family. You fight with family.
You fight with family, but guess what? You always love them. We have to. Yep.
You having fun right now, man, on this tour?
I'm good, man. Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun. Listen, I do an hour and a half set every day.
An hour and a half? Give it to him.
Give it to him. So I'm having fun, but I got to definitely get my adequate sleep, stay hydrated, eat well. So it's definitely a test.
Tell me about this Forever song.
Oh, man.
Is that when the girls come up to the stage and start throwing stuff on stage?
Well, no, Forever is more so like it's a tearjerker. So I've actually seen people crying in the crowd.
Is it?
Yeah, you know, it's a song about true love, pure love. So, you know, it's just about finding that true love and making it forever. I say all the time, like when God gives you a blessing and He puts it in front of you, you can't play with it.
Is that a tough song to sing sometimes?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is sometimes, especially when you've been singing for 45 minutes straight and then try to go falsetto.
You gotta work on that one.
Yeah, definitely.
Some of your other favorite songs, Soul.
Soul is yeah. I wrote that song 3 years ago.
3 years ago, and it just made it to this album?
It just came out, yeah.
You went back and got it, or you had it sitting there, you said, I'm going to wait, I'm going to let it marinate.
Yeah, just let it, it was one of those records. I actually wrote it for a female. I wrote it for a female, and she passed on it.
Yeah. I always say music's not old until the world heard it.
Oh, absolutely. That's a saying. That's one of them sayings.
You know what I'm saying?
Music ain't old until the world hear it.
Yeah.
For sure.
And you, as artists, you guys always, like, you'll write a song and you sit with it so long, and then you on to the next, and you forgot about it.
Right.
But like you said, you got it was how old when you put it out?
It was a year old when before it took off.
It went off. Wow.
And you was on to the next. Like
yeah, man. I was on to the movement.
You might have some old joints you can throw back up there.
Yeah.
Now that they know Vedo, they like
facts. They like,
yo,
oh,
this
nah.
new Vedo. You like,
let me go back and listen, so I understand where it actually started and how the music is so good now.
Man, definitely. Vedo, thanks for stopping by. We
man,
appreciate it,
thank
man.
you, King.
I'm a fan now.
Much love.
You got me.
Much love, baby.
You got me.
Listen, I was riding for you. I was like, he ain't done.
Nah, absolutely. This the beginning.
That's what I'm talking about.
My baby.
Vedo, Hot 937 with Buck and Regg, man. Go pick up that album. 13 tracks, man. You're gonna find some. You're gonna find 1, 2, 3, 4. Heat,
baby.
You in love? He got that for you.
Yeah, man.
You want to break up with somebody?
He got that for you. You want to dance? He got that for you. It's Vedo.
And if you want an hour and a half performance, it's coming to a city near you.
Mood Swings the tour. Get your tickets right now. Let's go.